Alright, baseball doesn't exist, just draw. Let's check it out.
It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. Shutting shit down in the mall and selling that girl, she the one for me. And I ain't even planning to call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine.
Hey, yo. Let's check it out.
The 2025 season has started, and
The 2025 MLB cannot get much dumber. What does he mean by that, bro? Let's check it
there's
out.
been some close calls. Garrett Crochet almost got decapitated. Don't worry, he's
Yo!
still in the game and still dominated. This man got eaten by a tarp.
Nah!
Dog get eaten by a seagull.
What the
Tom
fuck?
Sam got suspended for doing what?
Yo, what?
Eaten by a seagull.
Why would he do that?
Fam got suspended for doing what to a fan?
That is actually
freaking crazy. The most
That's some crazy shit, actually.
MLB history is playing like the best team in the league. And no, it's not the Dodgers. The best offense in baseball history 2 years ago is now terrible. Couldn't win a game. Their star publicly called out their own manager, and they had to rely on a fan dressed like one of the players to save their season. We got the
hell no.
This new bat is legal or not. A former MVP is now getting booed by his own fans. His old teammate, who was getting booed by his own fans, is now tearing it up. A star
What the
player
fuck?
is allegedly crying on the field, leading to everyone online hating him. And baseball doesn't exist. Even started a second channel covering all the day-to-day news of MLB.
Bruh, stupid.
Holy crap! The MLB season could not get
Why does he run like that?
day-to-day news of MLB. Holy
Hell no!
season could not get any crazier than this. It started in spring training, where for the first time ever, MLB began using robot umpires in real games. Commissioner
Fuck
says
no.
robot umps won't be in regular season games until 2026 at the earliest. But human umpires took this personally. They've been going off. This guy jumped over a player.
That's
and
actually
still-
crazy, bro. Fucking, you know, technology or like AI, bro. It's just gonna keep taking over, and it's gonna get a little scarier, bro. Jobs will be lost, bro. Mark my words,
Who got
bro.
the call right? A
Shit's
day
fucked.
later, he tracks out a pop fly behind the plate and gets a standing ovation.
I don't know if you saw his show.
What?
Put on his show yesterday.
Speaking of jumping over
What the fuck?
spring training start. Jeffrey Yawn. He had an ERA over
Where are those
5
sound
in
effects?
Japan last year, but tore it up in the Dominican Winter League, all while doing this. Let's go!
Bro, these sound effects are insane.
He signed him, and in spring training, he was throwing 99. Came in, shut a team out. Came in and struck out the side.
Hey, it's
Out
something new.
another team, and added a little extra flavor to it. Unfortunately, the Rockies sent him to the minors. And now they're cursed. The Rockies
And now they're
in
cursed.
April. That's the fewest
We're
games won
stupid.
in April in history. They're on pace to be the worst team in history. At the end of April, they're trending for a 135 loss season.
Holy shit, their ass.
416 run differential. To make matters worse, Cubs legend and former MVP Chris Bryant, who was paid $180 million to play for the
Whoa.
Rockies, has injured his left shoulder, his head, injured his neck, injured his knee, injured his ankle, elbow, gastrointestinal, his finger, his wrist, his oblique, his hand,
Damn.
his hamstring, his side, his back, his foot, his SI joint, his glute.
What
injured
the
his
fuck?
Injured his rib, injured his lumbar, and got booed by his own
Bro, at this point, just retire, gang. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you already won a World Series.
fans, even though he's done nothing wrong. But if you want to know more about that, go to the second channel where he made a whole video on it. But the real season started
Bruh.
before the actual season even started. A mid-March 2-game series in Japan where the star was, you guessed it, no, not Ohtani, it was Pikachu. Pikachu
What?
was everywhere, but also so was Ohtani. YouTuber Disarm counted how many times he saw Shohei on ads, billboards, and vending machines, and saw him at least 20 times just while going from the airport to Tokyo and the stadium.
Like I said before in like my previous like baseball vid, if y'all haven't checked it out, check it out up here. But fuck, bro, like Shohei's like the equivalent to like Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess. Bro, that motherfucker is worldwide, especially out there in Japan and shit.
Continues to take
You know what I'm
over
saying?
Japan. This game got 18 million viewers. That's more than the NBA Finals, World Series, and NHL Stanley Cup.
Is that a W comparison, bro? Let me know.
Practice game where Shohei Ohtani hit a home run. Game 1 featured 2 Japanese starters, Shota Imanaga and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. It got 24 million
Holy shit.
viewers. That is 3 times more than the last MLB game played in Japan, which was in 2019. They were
What the
literally
fuck?
showing this game in movie theaters. And Shohei hit another bomb. The
Damn.
Dodgers cruised to a 2-game sweep, which shouldn't surprise
Yeah, bro, baseball is
anyone.
really big
They won
out
the
there.
World Series last year, and then just
You reacted
spent
to a whole video,
another
bro. That shit was insane.
$500 million this offseason, making the team even better. They won their first 8 games, boasted what many were calling the greatest rotation in baseball history.
And ads, bro, really, dude.
And they all got hurt. I mean, literally everybody got hurt. First, Mookie Betts got sick and lost 15 pounds. Freddie Freeman hurt his oblique, then slipped in the shower. Tyler
What the
Glasnow
fuck?
got hurt. Blake Snell got hurt. Clayton Kershaw, Gavin Stone, Tony Gonsolin started hurt. And Bobby Miller got nailed in the head, recovered, but eventually got demoted. In only
Fuck.
1 month, this insane starting rotation was down to 3. Yamamoto, Dustin May, and this offseason's biggest international signing, ROKI says
I heard he fell off too, bro. He can't even throw over triple digits anymore, bro. What the fuck happened?
a 23-year-old phenom from Japan. This guy threw arguably the best pitch game in professional baseball history. A perfect game with 19 strikeouts, included
What the
13
fuck?
strikeouts in a row, and followed it up with another 8 perfect innings in his next start before getting taken out for pitch count while being 3 outs from back-to-back perfect games. He
Holy
was
shit.
just 20 years old. He threw 103 miles per hour, was a part of Japan's Big 3 pitching staff that won the WBC, and this offseason bypassed a potential $100+ million contract to come to MLB. Then instantly became one of MLB's most hated players. Before he even
It was
got
a
to
joke,
America, he
fact.
was being trashed just for picking
Bro
the
fell
Dodgers.
off.
Commentators in Japan called him a glass ace who wasn't ready for MLB. This video of him giving up a home run in practice got 2 million views.
Damn.
Replies calling him the Kevin Durant of MLB. An NPB.
Should have went to the Giants, bro. I've been said that too, bro. Like, if you were to be a Giant and rival against Ohtani, like, bro, he'd still be pitching 103.
And more
Word
rooting
who?
for his downfall. In his first start, he struggled with command while his velocity was down. In his first start in America, he only got 5 outs. 32 of his 61 pitches were balls. He walked 4
Damn, bro, he
of the
sucks.
12 batters he faced, and a shot of him in the dugout afterwards shows him looking extremely emotional.
Fuck
this
no.
video got 3.8 million views on Twitter. The top replies include Pack Watch, Fuck him,
Rip
and
Bozo.
the ass dork.
What is that profile pic? Hell nah.
Bro, I hope he blows his heart out every year. Former Team USA catcher Jonathan Lucroy replied to this calling him soft, said the only thing that will help him is to fail, and that no one has time for a kid crying on national TV. As we covered in more depth
He's
on the
just not
second
locked.
channel, ROKI
Bro, fuck
survived
your second channel, gang.
eventually
Ain't no one watching that shit. Like, come on,
in
bro.
Japanese history as a child. He used baseball.
That's like
to
the 5th time he
cope with the
kept
loss
plugging
of
it.
His father and his grandfather. And despite this inspirational story, many fans still see him as a villain. Now, there's some speculation that he also will soon need Tommy John. That would be terrible for the Dodgers, who despite
Fuck
the
no.
injury still have the best record in baseball.
Bruh,
However, their
fucking
rival,
wishing
the
Tommy John on
Padres,
someone
have
is
the
insane.
second best record in baseball. They're riding on completely good vibes. Fernando Tatis Jr. is
Shout out
one of
Tatis,
the
bruh.
best
My
players
favorite
in the sport.
MLB player
They're playing in the rain
in today's
against
game.
the Yankees and can't score. They're getting shut out. The manager's screaming at the umpire. Fernando Tatis Jr. strikes out, blames the umpire, gets ejected. Manager comes out and screams at the umpire. He keeps screaming at the umpire.
Bro, he's pressing
He won't
his shit.
stop screaming at the umpire. Get out of my way! I gotta scream at the umpire! And gets ejected by the umpire. The Padres immediately score 4 straight 2-out runs to come back and win this
What?
game right after the ejection, just because of the vibes. Vibes are important. Look at the Giants. They have a freaking rabbit riding around in a Mercedes-Benz at their games.
What
This
the
is a
fuck?
turkey rabbit that has gained tens of thousands of followers since it started showing up at Giants games, and it works. The team
Well, I'm gonna have to pull up.
who lead. grandson of the wind, and a rabbit are surprising everybody. They have the
What
third
the
best
fuck?
record in baseball and are right behind the Dodgers and Padres.
Shout out the Giants, bro. I might have to pull into a game, bro. Let me know if y'all want me to vlog it or something, bro. Let me know. Comment down below.
Best record.
I'll
and the
pull
team
up.
with the third best record in the sport are all in one division. The
Damn, they
opposite may
fucking
be
grabbed
the
first jersey
Central
and shit.
divisions. They've been the two worst divisions in baseball for a few years now. At the bottom, you got the White Sox, who already
Get 4 weeks free when you sign up.
Oh, another ad.
a game on a pulled hamstring and just fielded a ball off a
Oh, in his head.
On the other side, you got the Pirates. Their fans are pissed. So far this year, fans who paid for bricks with their names on them found them next to a dumpster. They had an usher take off his belt and beat a man with it.
What the
They
fuck?
replaced a
Why?
Rico Clemente wall sign with a seltzer advertisement. And to get back in good
That's fucked
graces,
up.
the owners did a Paul Skeens bobblehead giveaway. Gave one to all 37,000 fans. The line stretched a half a mile over
Fuck
the
no.
Clemente Bridge 5 hours before the game started, and the fans showed their gratitude by booing the team and chanting
Sell the team?
while they were getting shut out for the 4th time in a week.
Damn, I didn't even know the
Despite
Pirates were that
dominating,
shit.
Paul Skeens is the only starter in baseball with an ERA under 3 and a losing record, because that's how bad the Pirates have been. The Cardinals have not been
I did not know they were that
much
ass.
They got a player eating the tape off his bat in the middle of
Ew.
the plate appearance. The Brewers are trying, but they ran into a kid with blue hair and a mom who was literally the mom from the movie Little Big League. Pete Crow Armstrong, kid with blue
Is
hair,
that
and
true?
a mom who was literally the mom from the
What the
movie
fuck?
Little Big League. Pete Crow Armstrong is a beast. This home run silenced the Brewers. The guy who got it chucked it back and yelled, "Fuck!" as fans lose their mind, and this was an away game for the Cubs. On the other side, you got a former Cubs legend, Javi Baez. He's been terrible for years. The third worst hitter in baseball his first 2 years in Detroit. He swings
Bro,
at
he's a
everything
chaser.
and misses. He struck out to 50 Cent. He struck out to Sister Jean.
No
At
way.
everything and misses. He struck out to 50 Cent.
How do you
He struck
strike?
out to
Bruh. How? That was nowhere near the. Bruh.
Gene. And after he got injured in 2024, the Tigers got better. So people wondered whether or not he'd even be on the team in 2025. The Tigers decided to stick him out in center field, and apparently Javi Baez is amazing at center field.
What the
Now
fuck?
He's robbing home runs and hitting better than ever as the Tigers and the Cubs both find
Whoa.
themselves at the top of the Centrals. In the East, we got the Yankees, a franchise that is mostly famous for one thing: inventing the torpedo bat. This was the
Hey,
only
we
thing
reacted to
anyone
that
could
video
talk
too,
about
bro.
for like a week. The Yankees tied an MLB record with home runs in a single game, then broke a record hitting 15 home runs in their first 4 games.
Holy
People then
shit.
realized they were using bats that were
Scooby.
shaped a little funny.
You don't need these Godzilla bats infiltrating the national pastime.
Torpedo bats have officially infiltrated
Godzilla
the national
bats.
pastime. Everybody on
stupid.
Earth was trying to get one. It took the Giants a month to get their shipment in. Newer adoptees like Stephen Kwan is going off with it. Eli
Damn.
White has somehow been one of the best
Who?
outfielders in baseball since getting one. Cal Raleigh, aka the Big Dumper, who is famous for a nickname about his large ass.
Yo.
Bobblehead that commemorated his large ass is now also
Shout out to
known
Big
for
Dumper,
hitting
bro.
dingers. This guy leads the league in homers, and since getting the torpedo bat, he's got an OPS over 1100.
Holy
MLB
shit.
says they will not be banning the torpedo bat, and Rob Manfred says it's great for baseball. As expected, the Yankees offense has come down to earth, and so has the entire division. The Orioles are doing so bad, the team's
Damn, they
subreddit
fell off?
just started talking about bird watching actual birds instead of watching the Orioles play baseball.
Nah.
The Blue Jays
That's
are
fucked.
making routine fly balls look extremely difficult. Braves Stadium
What
got
the
destroyed
fuck?
by a hurricane. They're
Damn.
playing in a minor league park instead and not feeling too great themselves. The Red Sox, despite having a 37-year-old closer who can still somehow throw 104 miles per hour,
104?
500. And at the time of this recording, the Yankees are the only team in the division over 500, and that is really just because of one guy,
Aaron Judge?
who's on pace to have the best season in baseball history. Literally.
Holy shit.
Already has 3.5 WAR. According to that, the first place Yankees would be in 4th place if it wasn't for Aaron Judge. He's on pace to have 15 WAR. That'd be the
Holy
most in baseball
shit.
history. He's already been more valuable in 2025 than the entire 2024 seasons of 31 players who were all-stars in the 2024 season. He's trying to become the first player since Ted Williams hit over 400 in a season and isn't too far off from breaking his own
Over
AL
400?
single-season record of 62 home runs. Helping the Yankees be in first place despite devastating injuries to Cody Bellinger, who missed a game after chicken wings got him sick, and Austin Instagram account solely to review burritos and got
That's some fucking New York food, bro. What's up, thing? Nah, I've never been to New York. I want to though.
got him sick, and Austin an Instagram account solely to review burritos and got food poisoning, probably from a burrito. But there are worse things to put in your body. For example, a hormone produced in women during pregnancy. That's what Jurickson Profar had in his body.
What?
He tested him for performance-enhancing drugs. The Braves paid him $42 million for 3 seasons, based in large part for one good season that now looks like it was due to him taking steroids. Now he's suspended for 80 games and can't play in the playoffs. The Braves started 0-7. No team in history has made the playoffs after starting 0-7. Their star, Ronaldo Lopez, got hurt. Last year's Cy Young, Chris Sale, saw a velocity dip and got shelled in his first 4 outings. Spencer Strider came back, then got hurt immediately. And just when things were about to get way worse, a man dressed like Marcell Ozuna was spotted in the crowd. But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor. Because of buying B great division rival
W Snipe! Clap it up, bro. Fuck is you talking about?
Out a run, had the lead once in the first week of games and had the 28th worst offense in baseball.
Damn, they
can't
suck.
hit. A rain delay makes things more miserable. It's close to mid.
No, those mascots, bro.
Oh my gosh. What kind of plants?
Some kind
Bro,
of
can someone give me
Try
YouTube
cleaning
Premium,
the
bro?
shower.
Please, bro.
And nobody's in the stands, but the broadcast sees this guy.
This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. A Marcell Ozuna lookalike and a darn good one.
A man dressed identical to Marcell Ozuna. They won't stop.
Man, put him in the
He's
game,
giving
bro.
Signs to the players. He catches a foul ball, pretends he's a fielder, flex it, and throws it to a kid. The man can't be stopped, but the Braves still can't hit. After getting shut out for 9 straight innings, they walk in the go-ahead run to the 9-hole hitter. With one more chance, it comes down to Austin Riley, who
Austin
just
Riley?
so happens to be using Marcell Ozuna's bat, immediately smokes the game-tying double. Then Marcell Ozuna himself
walk off
comes to the plate.
Oh shit! A walk off?
A walk-off home run past midnight as Uncle Ozuna from the stands is watching on. This was the one thing Braves fans
That's
had
funny
to
as
cheer for,
fuck.
especially when a few days later, another controversy came. As Jared Kelenic strikes a ball he thinks is gone, it hits off the wall. He
that's
doesn't hustle
bullshit.
out of the box and gets thrown out at second. After the game, Braves manager Brian Snitker was asked if he disciplined Kelenic for doing this. He responded by saying, quote, "Was I supposed to?" And Braves superstar
Hey, I ain't
Ronald
lying.
Jr. didn't like
That looked like it was
He's
gone.
currently injured and responded by saying, quote, "If it were me, they would take me out of the game." Creating
Don't tell me he's crying.
Acuna has been benched for not hustling on a similar play in the past. Got criticism from the manager for doing it again in the playoffs. Ender Inciarte and Marcell Ozuna have been benched by Brian Snitker in the past for not hustling. Now everybody is wondering why there is a double standard. And
Damn,
if Ronald
racism?
Acuna Jr. hates his own manager and team. Braves broadcaster Jeff Francoeur said the Braves don't need Ronald Acuna and won a World Series without him. Brian Snitker says
And that
he
is
didn't
true,
realize
bro.
Kelenic
Fuck.
didn't hustle in the moment, which is why he didn't discipline him.
Does Ronald have a ring because of that though?
Oh my
right?
God, bro.
Or am I tripping, bro? Like, like, do injured players get rings still? Like, I
In
don't
the
know, bro.
moment.
Someone comment down below, bro. I'm not.
This was a
Hey,
full-fledged-
I'm into like the Giants World Series and shit, bro. Besides that, I don't really like stay tuned with baseball, guys. Hey, let me just type it out,
PR
bro.
and locker room disaster. But despite all that,
Excuse
the
me.
Braves have salvaged their season. Since Acuna's tweet, they have the best record in the National League. At games Uncle Ozuna from the stands has attended, they are 12-6. But they're still
Is he a season
trailing the
ticket
Phillies
holder?
and Bryce Harper, who found out he was going to have a son by using a blue bat during a game. Yeah, he did a gender reveal in the middle of a game. And don't forget about Nick Castellanos, who, after millions of dollars were bet on him to hit a home run just because the Pope died, did not hit a home run. Died. But we do have an entire video about that coming to the second channel as we speak. And last but not least, the Mets.
That's like the 10th time you play. I mean, I get it's your video, bro, but like respectfully, bro.
Who
Come on.
spent over
one
$1
gives a fuck.
billion this offseason,
Holy shit.
including Juan Soto. In April, some became convinced Soto already regretted going to the Mets, making a comment saying it was harder to hit now that he didn't have Aaron Judge hitting behind him. He got off to a slow start, especially to Soto's standards, not to mention Sean Manaea got hurt, Frankie Montes got hurt, Paul Blackburn hasn't pitched, they lost reliever AJ Minter and their star closer Edwin Diaz.
He's ass now?
Getting rocked and is now injured. Jeff McNeil is injured. Francisco Alvarez has been injured. Mark Vientos was looking lackluster. Even star Francisco Lindor slow, and they still lead the NL East, somehow having the #1 starting pitching staff in the league with at least 3 of their 5 starters hurt. They have the 3rd best run differential in baseball. And currently,
bro, if Soto goes to like another team this offseason, bro, that'll be fucking insane, bro.
Lead their division along with the Yankees, Tigers, Cubs, Dodgers, and Mariners, who
Mariners
right now
are good?
all stand in first place, at least for now. Anything can happen, and that's why you need to go to subscribe to our new channel.
Bro, fuck your new channel! Anyways, bro, what y'all think of the MLB season so far? I ain't gonna lie, I've been playing hella MLB The Show lately. I've been hitting Swampies on my own and shit, bro. If y'all want some gameplay, let me know. I'll post it on Gordo. And, yeah, other than that, bro, let me know, bro. My predictions on the World Series, though, it's gonna be Giants, bro. I ain't gonna lie, especially with that therapy rabbit. We for surely going to the World Series. What y'all think? Comment down below, and I'll catch y'all, boys.
Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, I ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis. In your city faded off the ground. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo.